Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, it's going to be my honest first impressions about Battlefield 2042 Season 7. I just streamed it for about 4.5 hours. I tested a bunch of things, and I'm here to give you my fresh thoughts while they're still in my head. So without further ado, if you enjoy the content, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. I think we hit 1,000 viewers on stream today, so thank you so much for that. If you are not following the stream, be sure to follow the Twitch channel, first link in the description. So first and foremost, what I want to acknowledge about Season 7 is that we still have to be honest with ourselves, right? Season 7's content is just downright disappointing, downright pathetic, right? We're not even getting the same amount of new weapons that we would typically get at the start of a season. One of them is being drip-fed to us, and the new map is mostly just copy-pasted assets. In fact, a lot of people are just straight up comparing it to Erica Harbor in the first place, because all the buildings are from Erica Harbor. So while the amount of content is certainly unacceptable and disappointing, I'm going to give an honest opinion about what content we actually did receive. So as far as Haven, which is the new map, I think Haven plays way better on Conquest than it plays on Breakthrough. I think on Breakthrough, it's actually pretty brutal for both sides, which I wouldn't actually say is normal for Battlefield maps. Typically, it's pretty brutal for maybe the attackers or the defenders exclusively. Rarely is it ever brutal for both sides. As far as Conquest goes, I think the map plays fairly well, although I do have to say, I was right with my prediction. It is going to be an absolute camp fest. There are people in every window, every awning, every building, every rooftop, every doorway, every fucking everywhere. And it is unfortunately only going to get worse because we are in what I like to call the honeymoon phase of Haven, which is the new map. People are going to play Haven like normal because they don't know the new map. Once people learn the map, people are going to learn where the good camp positions are, and then that's when we will see how Haven actually plays. That'll take place in about 2 to 4 weeks. So the way Haven is playing right now is actually playing much faster than it will play in, let's say, a month's time. Now, with all that being said, I do think Haven is certainly not the worst map in the game. I actually think it is a pretty decent map. I just think that when the dust settles, it will be pretty irritating to play, if that makes sense. Moving on to my thoughts about the visual recoil. I think the visual recoil, thankfully for a lot of guns, isn't as bad as I thought it would be. However, visual recoil is still a completely unnecessary mechanic that really nobody asked for, and visual recoil is just objectively bad to have in a game because it lies to your players about where they're actually aiming. So while the visual recoil isn't the end of the world, it still doesn't need to be in the game, and it is sort of confusing to me why they would add it this late into the game. On top of all of that, you guys remember a few months back when I made a big fuss about this big old recoil bug that my friend and I discovered, and then we actually got it fixed, or at least partially fixed? Well, guess what? The recoil bug is back in the game, and if you want to see a full video of me testing it and talking about the recoil, visual recoil changes specifically, wait until tomorrow. That video will be out, because I have a lot more to show you than just what I'm talking about in this video. I basically need a full dedicated video for that specific topic. But jumping back to the visual recoil, some weapons I barely notice it on. Other weapons like the M39 EMR or the Desert Eagle are just absolutely disgusting, and definitely DICE overdid it with the DMR category in general, and maybe some of the LMGs like the PKP. As far as the ARs or the submachine guns, I honestly haven't used one that I noticed the visual recoil much on. But for people that really hate the visual recoil and want to have a bit easier time aiming, I suggest using a monitor crosshair. Now, not a third-party monitor crosshair, okay? Don't be going and downloading stuff. Do not do that. I don't condone that, and I'm not suggesting that. I'm talking about if your monitor, okay, if your monitor has a built-in crosshair, turn that on, okay? Because you can essentially just ignore the visual recoil. Previously, you didn't need a monitor crosshair, obviously, because there wasn't much visual recoil in the game. Now, to be completely honest with you, this is my opinion on this, okay? I know me telling people to use a monitor crosshair is going to be controversial, but look at it from this perspective. DICE put something in the game that really no one asked for, right? So, in my opinion, screw them. Use the monitor crosshair. What are they going to do? Send a fucking SWAT team to your house to confiscate your monitor? No one's going to know about it. And to be completely honest with you, it's not even an advantage. It's really not. a dot in the center of my screen. I could just put a Sharpie dot in the center of my screen. In fact, I know people that have done that. So there's realistically nothing you can do to stop it, so you might as well not complain about it. If you want to complain about something, complain about the unnecessary addition of stupid amounts of visual recoil. Switching gears and talking about the headshot multiplier changes, I actually do feel the headshot multiplier changes, particularly on submachine guns, and I overall think that they are just a flat-out improvement to the game. I think I like not being two-shotted by ARs. I like SMGs doing slightly more damage to the head now, and I generally think it's just a flat-out positive addition to the game. Now, I have used the SMG, and I did steal an AK-5C off of someone that I killed earlier today. From my experience with the new submachine gun, it's very strong. I'll have a full dedicated weapon guide out to it, so if you want to see that, definitely subscribe to the channel. I don't have all the attachments for it yet, but even when it's completely naked, this new submachine gun is really, really strong. So I can only imagine how strong it's going to be with attachments. The AK-5C seems like a more accurate mid-tier type of assault rifle. Maybe there's a setup on it that makes it, you know, maybe a little more top tier, but from what I can tell from I think the 5 kills that I had from it and from dying from it a little bit today, it doesn't seem like an absolutely spectacular weapon. But again, I don't know the damage model on it. I don't know the statistics on it. I could be wrong. And when I unlock that weapon, I will absolutely have that content out for you guys with a full weapon guide on the AK-5C as well. So overall, judging based off the content that we actually can play, Season 7, of course, the content is disappointing in terms of the amount that we're getting. Definitely lacking there. The map is, I'd say, like a 7 out of 10 in my opinion. The SMG seems really good. The AK-5C seems a little lackluster. And overall, it's just another one of those Battlefield 2042 seasons that makes the game a little bit better and a little bit worse overall in different categories, right? It's sort of a give-take. I'd say Season 7 is mostly a positive with some standout negative aspects that may or may not be fixed. The standout negative aspects I'm talking about are the overtuned visual recoil and the re-addition, or the rebugging, if you will, of the recoil bug. If they refix the recoil bug, which I am not confident they will do, then that disappears. Then if they tone down some of the visual recoil or maybe revert those changes, then that's great as well. In terms of a lot of the other changes, I think the headshot multipliers are great additions. I think a lot of the vehicle changes and the vehicle balance stuff, that's a lot of great stuff. If you don't know about the patch notes for Season 7, I'll link a video in the description that you guys can watch detailing all of that. But overall, Season 7 right now is, you know, fairly good, but there's also some bad things about it. That's kind of how I feel about it fresh off my first time playing it. So if you enjoyed the content, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and of course follow my Twitch stream. I'll be streaming Season 7 every single day. First link in the description. Let me know your thoughts on Season 7 in the comment section down below, and join the Discord. Follow me on Twitter, follow me on Instagram. All those links are in the description as well. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.